Good evening and welcome to West Warwick Civic Center. It's another edition of Rhode Island High School Hockey as the East Greenwich Avengers take on the Mount St. Charles Mounties. The teams have taken off to the ice. They've gone through warm-ups and starting lineups. We're going to pause for the honoring of America and the playing of our national anthem. As we cross 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time here in the state of Rhode Island, the Ocean State, and we are the last game of week 1 of the high school hockey season to face off. It's the East Greenwich Avengers and Mount St. Charles for Saturday night action. One game on the schedule tomorrow. That'll be the Cumberland Clippers against the Proud Crusaders. Proud has already played a game in the season. They played last night at Smithfield, dropping that game 4-0. If you have not been following action that has been going on today, Burrillville has lost to LaSalle 6-1. Warwick beat Smithfield 4-1. And we sit here, East Greenwich and Mount St. Charles. Barrington NK is underway at Portsmouth Abbey. We'll get you updates from that game as we go along, or you can switch over and check out that game right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Chris, he too has the call from Portsmouth Abbey, but we are set and ready to go here for first period action from West Warwick Civic Center. EG in the black, Mount St. Charles in the red. Puck is dropped and we are underway. First period action tonight on Fans Only Sports Network is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits. EG on the stick of Chase Pascalis, and that one is whistled off sides. So line changes ensue for both sides at the moment. And it'll be the 7 of Sonny Arsenault. Skates to take that one from the face-off circle. Kicks back off the sideboards. Comes out from Mountain Ty Carroll. Carroll will shepherd that one to the backside. Along the backside boards, Logan Lefebvre will pick that up as it goes off to the side for Baxter, Bryce Baxter, as he tries to carry it around, looking to try to release somebody on the opposite side. It's the 23 of Luke Smolin, and Smolin will dump that across for Greg Pyatt. And it comes back out onto the stick of Mike Tober, headed the other way for EG. Behind the cage, occupied by the 29 of Connor Murray. In a bit of play, two things being, I'm so used to saying Jake Mandeville that it is not him anymore. It's as he's another one of the class of goaltenders who graduated, and it's now Connor Murray's turn. The senior from Millville, Massachusetts, will occupy the net this season for the Mounties. As this faceoff bounces around through the blue line area, moved by Antonio Lombari. Lombari with an opportunity. Lombari got rubbed off the play there by the 20 of Mike Healy. For the Avengers, through the neutral zone as Healy has that one check off of his chest, comes down for Joey Andriozzi. Joey Andriozzi, while he's on the ice, maybe one of the shortest players that you'll see on the ice, but he has so much speed. If he gets open in space, he will be a player that is hard to catch. Colton Lawrence. Lawrence will carry this one around the side. Stick checked back in center, and a tip by Kyle Smolin goes up over top of the net, and Mount St. Charles has their first shot of the evening. 13 and change left to go here in the first period. No score on the board. If you're just tuning in, you haven't missed very much. We thank you for joining us wherever you might be around the Ocean State, around the country, around the world. For tonight's action on Fans Only Sports Network, offside called. We'll get a stoppage of play. Face-off kicked to the side and off of the sideboards near our broadcast position as it gets shepherded along from the 2 of Harrison Dumas. Dumas, a freshman on this Mount St. Charles side, hailing from Glendale, Rhode Island. All the opposite way, nifty little stick work shot, score! It's Max Rusov, the freshman from Lincoln, Rhode Island. Gets one past, and Mount has their first goal of the evening on the board. Off the opening face-off after the goal. As it's carried down into the zone, Chase Pascalis picks that one up for EG. Mount taking it over quickly again as that one's moved by the aid of Greg Pyatt, and then the whistle and a stoppage of play as it's into the glove. As they announce the goal credited to Rusov, and we continue on play here with Buchanan. Nick Buchanan shepherds that one all the way around. Horseshoed for Connor Souza. Off of Souza's stick, chasing it down is Kieran. Delayed off sides. Would have been called. EG exits the zone. Everything checked. Dump and chase as they'll make a line change here. Mount picks this one up. Sent out by Souza. Back into the zone for the 4 of Buchanan. Buchanan will stop that one and send it back up the sideboards near to our broadcast position. Deflected off of the back of the 15 of Peter Dorley, and it'll go all the way down. EG will pick it up behind their own net. Speed of this game in favor of Mount St. Charles right now as they are pushing EG back on their heels. Off of the 19 of Jack Potter. Across the mouth of the goal, Lombari will pick that one up. On the opposite side, Potter as he pushes that one along. For Lombari as he carries through the neutral zone. Shot attempt from Smolin. And the save made from the 35 of Noah Shenga. Shot again right off the faceoff. They go that draw play as Smolin tried to send one on frame, and Shenga made the save that time. Ty Carroll in the corner for the 23 of Smolin. Smolin sends that one around the backside. Carroll continuing to carry it. Carroll pushes it up for the 12 of Golden Lawrence. Lawrence backtracks because he's getting pinned there in the corner by the 9 of Mike Tober. Tober tried to come out with it and fired one and a whistle. And we get a stoppage of play, and we're going to get a face-off down to the left side of Connor Murray. It's about as good as you can do for this, because of where we're at. Carried back out on the stick of Pyatt. Back across for Baxter. Baxter has it taken off of his stick, carried out of the zone by Pascalis. Whistle and a play on a high stick. They skipped the high stick for the icing call. Hard shot from distance that came off with a stick of Buchanan. Fluttered in and a blocker pad save from Schnenga. Up off of the boards for Arsenault. Arsenault, as he tries to move that one around, looking for it, is Tober. Tober with a head of steam as he got rubbed out of the play by Rusov, who scored the goal for Mount early on, deflecting off of the backside of the boots of Dumas, and it goes down into the boards. Dumas on the end boards as he tried to kick that one around, came out instead for Jack Kiernan. 11 Jack Kiernan, 12 Len Kiernan. We'll make sure we keep those straight for you as we go on through the course of the evening. This one's going to come all the way down. Icing will get called finally, and we'll get a face-off back down to the right-hand side of Schnenga. 9:12 left to go here in the first period. Mount St. Charles 1 on the board from the freshman from Lincoln, Rhode Island, Max Rusov. As they also lead currently in the shots on goal category, though not many have been made throughout this first period of play. It all counts to which ones go to the backside of the net at the end of the night. Who has more points on the board will end up the winner of this game, as that one is moved from Smolin. Offside will be called. Barrington is leading North Kingstown 1-0 in the second period of play. We'll keep you updated to that game. That's North Kingstown's first game in Division 1. This one's carried around the backside boards by Ty Carroll. Mount looking to try to exit the zone. Sent all the way across. Would have gotten to the 9 of Smolin. They would have called offsides. Mount's going to use it instead as a line change. EG's going to try to come out of the zone. Arsenault through the center. Arsenault got rubbed off with a play there by the 8 of Pyatt. Alongside was the 3 of Souza as well, too. That one skates across the mouth of the goal. Connor Murray had it lined up if necessary. Puck pops up through the neutral zone. Coming back for the 15 of Dorley. Dorley sends it all the way down a double chase, and they're going to get icing called. And a stoppage of play. 7:58 left to go. 8:58 left in the second. Down at Portsmouth Abbey. And the Barrington Eagles 1-0 over the North Kingstown Skippers. We'll keep you up on that game as we go through the course of this one here. All other games today in Division 1 have been completed. As we mentioned, LaSalle 6-1 over Burrillville. Warwick 4-1 over Smithfield. Barrington NK in action, and this game right here, EG Mount St. Charles in action, Cumberland and Prout tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In the center of the ice for Logan Lefebvre. Lefebvre carries that one down into the corner. He will wrap it around the backside. Bothered there a little bit by PJ Casey. Comes back instead. He was looking to try to flick it back for Buchanan. He could not. Instead, it gets to the 11 of Jack Kiernan. Kiernan on the opposite side for Tober. Tober trying to spin around. Tober got ran off of the play there by Connor Souza. Great defensive play by Souza. Shot attempt right back in the front center area as it came for Joey Andriozzi. And EG has not had many attempts tonight, but they are trying to make them count. A little bit too much mustard on that one for Andriozzi. Andriozzi will pick this one up at center. Carried up the cross for Healy. Healy on the corner. Ran out of the play. Andriozzi goes to the corner trying to get it to it as well. For the 19 of Chase Pascalis. Andriozzi now trying to defend back as he runs into the corner. Buchanan's going to pick this one up. Setting it up the sideboards. Pascalis tried to take a whack at it. Got it down for the stick of Healy. Healy sent it back. It scooted a little bit past his teammate PJ Casey. Casey picks that up. They flick it up to the sideboards. Take it over instead by the 25 of Carroll. Carroll will work that back in the defensive zone. Mount trying to reestablish what they can do as it lands onto the 17 of Nate Murray, and Murray will snake that around the backside boards. Hit, and the door comes open on the far side on the hit from the 20 of Mike Healy to the 14 of Max Russov. And the referees are going to take a moment to make sure that door is secure. And it looks like it's a little out of alignment on the glass side as well, too. This is all two bits of irony. We had a glass issue at Adelard Arena during one of the Mount St. Charles Academy team games earlier in the season. And it took a moment of time to be able to get that sorted out. It looks like they do have the door situated. The referee's going to have to go into the EG bench area and then come back out on the ice. Always something interesting as we traverse around the Ocean State in this first week of the high school season. For Kyle Smolin in the corner. Smolin kicks that one back to Carroll. Carroll, and it's waffle boarded by Schnenga, does not hit the net. So it continues on in play. Back point again. And Schnenga is going to make the save. No! Schnenga snared that one. I thought for a second it skittered past him on the attempt from Carroll, but Schnenga had that one gloved right at the line. Great shot from Mount. Great save for EG from Noah Schnenga. For the 4 of Buchanan. A whiffed attempt from Len Kiernan. And Buchanan, after he gets that one in the neutral zone, pushes it back into the corner once again. Off of the 10 of Andriozzi. For the 20 of Healy. And back again, Andriozzi trying to get through it. Smolin steps through that one instead. Smolin fires one, and that one goes wide. Buchanan. As they send it back in, Kiernan gloves it down. Mount changing. EG trying to make changes as well, too. Picked up by Pascalis. Pascalis drops that one over, and it comes down for Arsenault. Instead, it's taken away by the 19 of Jack Potter. Barrington has just dropped 2 in the last 2 minutes and stretched the lead against North Kingstown to 3-0 now with 5:46 left to go in the second. Four and change left to go here in the first period of action. We thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Tonight's first period is brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue on Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. Today, that one went right off the crossbar on a crossing attempt from Garrett Carney. First time that we've called his name this evening. First time we've called his name this season, as it's opening night for these two sides. Into the back corner for Arsenault as he tries to fight that one around. Instead, it gets peeled away by Lefebvre. Lefebvre got dumped down on the backside board, so too to the 19 of Pascalis. Puck still sits on the backside by the Zamboni doors. Now it finally will be fished out as it gets snaked around. Trying to release it forward was the 5 of Bryce Baxter. Back into the back corner again. Around for the 8 of Pyatt to get that one, and it came back up top. Arsenault tried to fire one in, kicked aside by Murray, and a whistle and a stoppage of play. for the 9 of October off of him, pushed all the way back down by the 12 of Lawrence. Colton Lawrence, Antonio Lombari, Kyle Smolin, senior, junior, senior, creating the top line for this Mount St. Charles Mounties side. And Lombari, a prolific goal scorer at the center position. We saw a couple of games last year where he put up huge numbers, including, I believe, 2 different games I called last year, even where he had hat tricks. See how we can get things going this year. So far, it's been the third line, though, tonight, as Max Rusov got the first goal of the game and the only goal of the game so far for the Mounties. Calling for it was Lombari as it comes back up top to the point for Buchanan. Buchanan fired that one down, deflects back off of bodies, and will float its way down the ice. Kyle Smolin will pick that, Luke Smolin, the 23, will pick that one up. I did it. I knew it was going to eventually happen. There's the only time, hopefully, this season that it does happen. Luke Smolin, the 23, Kyle Smolin, the 9. For the 2 of Dumas. Off of the sideboard corner. It deflects all the way down and will be shepherded by Connor Murray. For the 17 of Nate Murray, and a whistle and a stoppage of play, and we're going to get a penalty for roughing. Mount St. Charles is going to get a power play. To the box goes the 15 of Peter Dorley. And our first power play of the evening. Smolin. Lawrence. Back for Smolin again. Lawrence in the corner. Lawrence fires. Save made. Save made again on the second attempt. That came firing off of Lombari. Noah Schnanga just stood on his head. Let's go EG, the chant from the Avengers student section to our broadcast left as they've packed the bleachers here at West Warwick Civic Center. Kyle Smolin taps that one down in the corner. Back for Luke Smolin at the blue line as he carries that one across for Lawrence. Fired. Schnanga makes another save. And it will snake all the way down. Smolin will scoop it up out of the backside zone, carried forward by Kyle Smolin. Kyle Smolin sent one in. Schnanga had to stick that one away. Last minute to go in the period. There's 1:04 remaining on the advantage as we play here into the final stages of this first. Max Rusov scored a goal. That's the only one we have on the scoreboard so far. There's an attempt that came right up center. Lombari was right there, so too was Colton Lawrence. It will come down to be picked up by Carroll. Carroll in the final 35 seconds as he brings this one through the neutral zone. Ty Carroll was looking for help and then maybe another penalty, and Carroll gets dumped down after the play, after the save by Schnanga. Final seconds to go here in the first period. About a 4-second differential between the game clock and the penalty clock, so there might be a little bit of carryover time. Comes back for PJ Casey. Casey chases that one down. Chasing it is Andriozzi. Going all the way back is Carroll. Carroll's going to get on the backside boards. Andriozzi hits into him. Carroll still holds on to it. He'll just shepherd this one up. It'll be carried by Dumas. 5 seconds remaining in advantage time as we start the second period of play. And with 1-0 scoreline after the goal from Max Rusov. We'll take a quick commercial break as they take the timeout. We'll be back for second period action. You're watching Rhode Island High School hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
As we welcome you back inside West Warwick Civic Center, 1-0 Mount St. Charles. After the goal from Max Rusov midway through the first period of play. So we are set and ready to go for second period action. 5 seconds of power play time for the Mounties to start the second period of play. Puck is dropped. We're underway. In 2-1, the penalties expired. Boxes are empty. We're back to full strength five-a-side hockey. Today's second period on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lamey, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamey.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. Puck got pinned on the side of the net, but they did not whistle it dead. Connor Murray had a piece of it. I guess the referees thought they could still see. Continued on. It is taken down into the zone offensively for the Mounties as it's moved along by Buchanan. Buchanan got run into hard. Puck popped right out in front of the center ice area. Nobody there in the slot, and it comes all the way down, and icing will stop the play. Barrington has just scored again with 1 second left to go in the second period. They've stretched the lead to 4-0 over the North Kingstown Skippers. Carried out through the neutral zone. The 9 of Mike Tober. Dumped in the corner looking for Arsenault. Arsenault back for Tober in the corner as this one horseshoes around to the 8 of Greg Pyatt for Mount. And it's pinned up on the boards. Into the center area. Luke Smolin carries this one through. Smolin tried to drop back. He was looking for the 8 of Pyatt. Ty Carroll pushed all the way down along the sideboards by Braden Slack. Carroll again. Opposite side as it was sent over for the 3 O'Connor Souza, and he had that one deflect off of a leg of a EG player. Max Rusov carries that one all the way down to the corner. Right out in front, and an opportunity there as it landed onto the stick of the two of Harrison Dumas. Popped up and moved around by Andriozzi. Souza. As it's moved by Rusov. Rusov has the 17 of Nate Murray along with him. Murray will chase this one to the corner. Murray gets it as far forward as the blue line for the 19 of Pascalis for EG, and it's pushed back in. Murray was trying to get the corner of the blue line area and see if Mount could set up an angle, and Pascalis stepped in front of it instead. 11:40 left to go here in the second period. Mounties still standing on the 1-0 scoreline for the Max Rusov goal about midway through. Whistle and offside is called. There is also an EG player minus his lid. It's the 18 of PJ Casey. The referee's having a chat with him just to make sure his equipment's all good, and we continue on. Kiernan. Smolin for Mount. To Luke Smolin. And then finally for Ty Carroll as he got that one forward. Headed the other way was Lawrence, and a shot attempt that gets blocked by Schnenga. Second attempt from Lawrence, and that one curled just to the left side of the post. Ty Carroll. Sonny Arsenault for EG, and it stretched out for Peter Dorley, and he couldn't get a piece to it to make the shot. As it's picked up by Smolin. Back through the zone. Colton Lawrence. Lawrence can't get the lift. Came back. Shot score. Colton Lawrence had an opportunity for it. He went for the lift. He couldn't get it. Instead, he sent it off of the backboards, flicked it back for Kyle Smolin, and he dunks it home, and it's 2-0 Saints. Sorry, 2-0 Mounties. I'm so used to calling Academy games. Timeout called by East Greenwich. Likely, we believe. Referee just signaled timeout. It is timeout East Greenwich. We'll take the timeout as well. You're watching Rhode Island High School Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Oh, Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Oh, Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
After the timeout, 10:26 left to go here in the second period. Mount St. Charles 2-0 over the East Greenwich Avengers. Max Rusov, Kyle Smolin. Goals for the Mounties. For the 19 of Pascalis, and that one kicked aside by Murray. Round the back side of his own net as it's brought out. EG trying to bring it out. Instead, it's kept in. That's Pyatt down in the corner as that one comes off for Lefebvre. Deflected back through the neutral zone. EG trying to see if they can gain anything on it. Andriozzi had it for a second. Held there at the blue line by Healy. Trying to look back for Andriozzi. Gets tipped off of the play by Lefebvre. Logan Lefebvre carries that one down as he wraps around the 17 of Madden. Matt Madden in the game for the first time, at least that we've called his name this evening. And a stop by Schnanga. Face-off coming up at center ice. Taken all the way down deep in the corner. This one's kicked around. Another 24 of Massey. Or sorry, the 25 of Ty Carroll. Not you. Not you. Carried back in the zone for Mount St. Charles as they work offensively. Off of the 9 of Smolin. That one goes all the way down. And a whistle and a stoppage of play. Mount moves this one around, trying to keep it into the offensive zone, into the neutral zone area at least. It bounces back for Connor Souza. Six and change left to go here in the second period. And today's game on Fans Only Sports Network is brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamy.com for more information. And by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Visit rreliterecruits.com. Lombari fired, saved by Schnanga. PJ Casey for EG. Around the backside boards. Controlled by Buchanan here at center. As he carries that one down, save made. By Murray. My apologies on the choppiness here as we're trying to fix a couple of technical issues while continuing to make sure that the course of this game goes correctly on the broadcast for all of you. Four and change left to go here in the second period, still standing on the 2-0 score line. For the 18 of PJ Casey as he dumps that one all the way down. Nothing called. No icing, no offsides, and we continue on play. This one gets kicked through. Lefebvre carries this one to the backside boards. Gets white and a wipeout on the play. And now we finally get the whistle for icing and a stoppage of play. I want to make sure I'm far enough back. Four left to go here in the second period. Kicks around, carried out of the zone by Casey. PJ Casey trying to pull this one back to the side, was looking there for Mike Healy off of him, and we've got a whistle and the net off of its moorings back on the opposite side of the ice. Don't go any further than that when you're going down to the corner, okay? Cool. Because then you won't get any of this stuff in the way. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Awesome, thanks. You gotta get baptism by fire doing this. You have to learn on the fly. Three and change left to go after the face-off there. EG trying to see if they can gain possession in the center. Lombari. Back for Smolin. Smolin sends that one over for Ty Carroll. On the opposite side, it's Luke Smolin. Looking on the drop back center for Lombari. Luke Smolin again as he comes across for Ty Carroll. Hard shot that came on the outside corner from the 12 of Colton Lawrence. Harrison Dumas. Dumas fired one, and that one went off of the edge of Schnenga's foot. Still held in a lifted shot, backhanded from Lawrence, flying up into the air. Save made by Schnenga. Mount tries to continue on with this one along the backside boards. Comes back out again. Rusov got hit. EG player into the boards after a hit from a Mountie, and this one's going to go as a penalty. It's going to be a check from behind, too, and this could be more than two. To the box goes the 17 of Nate Murray. .232 left to go here in the second. EG working that one through the zone from the 20 of Mike Healy as it came around for Pascalis. Carried out by Lefebvre for a moment, backtracked in. Opportunity across looking for Arsenault, and that one went off the edge of his stick. All the way down as Healy will get it from behind his own net. Andriozzi. Andriozzi with steam as he tries to work around side the 3 of Souza. Andriozzi had it tipped off of his stick by the opposite 10 of Lombari. Lombari tries to apply a check there to the 19 of Pascalis. Pascalis bumped by Smolin. Smolin comes up with the puck and they try to move it along. Mounties with Lawrence and Smolin. Lawrence fires. Schneider save. Sat right on the doorstep, and Lawrence tried to make a second attempt. Last minute and change to go here in the second period. Still the 2-0 scoreline for the Mounties as a whistle and a stoppage of play, and we're going to get a high sticking call on EG, so it's going to be face-off down in the offensive zone for the Mounties. Lawrence shot, saves Schnenga. Face-off can be sent back in the defensive zone for EG in the final minute to go here in the second period. We'll get the long intermission after this period concludes, as they'll resurface the ice prior to the third. Puck popped up over top of the linesman along the side glass. Sometimes I forget there's a whole sheet of glass and then another sheet in between us. That one looked like it was coming right towards our broadcast booth if that glass wasn't there. Lombari looked to fire one. He couldn't. Gets wrapped around the backside boards. Turber, as the horn sounds, and ends the second period of play. Max Rusev, Kyle Smolin, 2 goals for the Mounties, 2-0 after 2. You're watching Rhode Island High School hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no,
As we welcome you back inside West Warwick Civic Center and we get set for third period action. Mount leading 2-0 over the East Greenwich Avengers. 15 minutes on the board and we're underway in the third period of play. Thanks for tuning in this evening on Fans Only Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Crenshaw, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamey.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 30 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com today. EG trying to see if they can climb back into this one, trailing by 2-0 after goals from Rusov and Smolin. As a whistle and a stoppage of play as that one goes flying into the net on the catching glove of Noah Schnenga. Schnenga again as he gets another one. That one came on the corner shot attempt from Baxter. Lefebvre. Kicked off of the sideboards. Luke Smolin was trying to hold it at the blue line, taken by Sonny Arsenault. Arsenault headed the other way. Arsenault looking for some help from Kiernan. And a shot and a save made by Murray. All the way the other way as Kyle Smolin gets run off into the boards. That one came off of the 10 of Joey Andriozzi. Andriozzi in the center there. Comes all the way back at the line again. Kept into the zone. And then sent around the backside boards. Off of the 3 of Connor Souza. Souza in the neutral zone. We'll slot that one across for Buchanan. For the 12 of Colton Lawrence as Lawrence then gets bumped and it comes back into the neutral zone. Lawrence backtracks that one. Taken over instead at the blue line by Chase Pascalis. Pascalis dumps that one in as he looks for Sonny Arsenault. Arsenault, as it gets flicked around, Buchanan behind his own net. Trying to come out with it, losing an edge and going down. As the 17 of Nate Murray right in front of the 12 of Len Kiernan for EG. All sorts of issues as players tie up on the backside boards. The 23 of Luke Smolin involved in a mix as they continue to tussle behind the Mount net. As it comes all the way down, and icing will cause a stoppage of play. 12-15. Yeah, so where you went like right there, that's perfect. Like as long as you can see the corner, you get the edge of the net, you can see the corner of the ice, you're good. Anything past that, just making sure. Yep, you're good, perfect. Good job. Face-off down in the Mount zone. Carried around by Lefebvre. For the 25 of Carroll. Off of the sideboards again, trying to move it through the zone was the 8 of Greg Pyatt. Lefebvre off the sideboards. This one's going to carry him all the way down. They're going to say deflected, so no icing. Peter Dorley will chase it back for EG. Calling for it, the 21 of Frankie Ryan. Off of the linesman's boots was the attempt from the 20 of Mike Healy. Horseshoe all the way around, back in the neutral zone again. Lefebvre as he tried to work that one through. Pyatt, Lefebvre. And it will snake all the way down. Shepherded by Murray for the 25 of Carroll. Opportunity right in front as they were trying to get one onto the stick of the 3 of Garrett Carney. And the shot blocked into traffic and then up into the netting on the opposite side. And a stoppage of play. 10:52 left to go here in the third. Mounties would like to rest on the laurels of what they've got. A 2-0 lead currently. Lawrence, backhanded attempt, he got it off of the leg. Colden Lawrence flicks one backwards, and he gets it off the inside of the leg of Schnenga. It's 3-0 Mounties. Stay zoomed in a little bit more than you are. You're zooming back a little too far. It's all good. You're learning. No worries, man. They're going to call the goal to Colden Lawrence. And the Mounties have a 3-0 lead. Buchanan. Down in the corner for the 17 of Madden. For Max Rusov. Rusov scored the first goal. Kyle Smolin the second. Colden Lawrence the third. So the Smolin-Lambari-Lawrence line has accounted for 2/3 of the scoring this evening. Onto the stick of the 7 of Arsenault. Around the back side as they look for the 2 of Dumas. This one's going to scoot out past everyone and come all the way down. It's going to die in front of Schnenga. It'll be picked back up by Dorley and moved along for EG. Inside of the final 10 to go. EG is going to have to start to put something on the board if they want to try to claw this game back. One more game left to go on the schedule tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time from Lynch Ice Arena in Pawtucket. Cumberland Clippers open their season as they take on the Prout Crusaders, who we've already seen once this week as the Crusaders dropped a 4-0 game to the Smithfield Sentinels last night. Smithfield dropped one to Warwick 4-1 earlier today. Burrillville lost to LaSalle 6-1. And Barrington NK has gone final. We'll try to get you a final score on that one. As a whistle and a stoppage of play and a penalty called for interference. And it's going to be against East Greenwich, and it's going to put Mount on the power play. Shot from right off of the face-off from Lambari as that one went high and wide. Smolin. Lawrence. Smolin again. Calling for it in the center was Lambari. It rode up the side of his stick. He's somehow able to track it back as he took it off of Dorley. Lambari got clipped on the play, and he's a little bit slow still. Now he kind of shakes out whatever off of his ankle and comes back into things as Colton Lawrence works this one through. Lawrence stops and turns backwards. Lombardi was calling for it. Comes back out for Smolin. Luke Smolin takes an attempt that he fires, and Schnenga will cover that one up. 7 and change left to go here. .104 remaining on the advantage as Mount continues to hold it within inside of their offensive zone against East Greenwich, trailing 3-0. Hit down into the corner, wraparound attempt over the 8 of Greg Pyatt. Pyatt back up top for the 25 of Carroll. It deflects instead off of the 19 of Piscalis and comes all the way down. Back into the neutral zone as it's moved carefully here by the 2 of Harrison Dumas. Dumas snakes one across the blue line, drop-off pass. And that one will get horseshoed around the backside. Dumas is going to pick this one up himself on the opposite side of the boards after he got pushed all the way around. And I believe that is a 16 on the ice who they do not have listed on our roster. Well, we will get that one fixed come to the next game. Thank you, Mount, for giving us a roster that didn't have players all the way on it. Hey, it's game 1 of the season. Welcome to the brand new season of high school hockey. Players get added at the last second. Picked up on the backside boards. And 5.5 left to go here in the third as this one's carried out by the 2 of Dumas. For the 4 of Buchanan. Off the sideboards down in on Schnenga. Madden around behind his own net. Kept in the zone by Buchanan. Peeled out by Smolin, and that attempt was saved by Schnenga. And a second attempt that came from Lombardi, and everyone flattens out, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Right in front. Picked up by Andriozzi as he carries that one out. Back through the neutral zone. Lombardi, Lawrence. Schnenga laid out and snagged it. And a few little fisticuffs after the play. Barrington has taken down North Kingstown 6-0. That game has gone final. So with 4 and change left to play here, we are the last standing game on the night in Division 1. Off the side boards for Arsenault. As it gets looped around, picked up by Lefebvre. Logan Lefebvre right in front, pop shot. Down to Mount player is the 5 of Bryce Baxter, who had that attempt on Schnenga that got blocked away. For Arsenault. Arsenault across the mouth of the goal. Has to try to get picked up off of the sideboards. It does, and hits traffic in front of Murray. This one gets deflected up off the sideboards, will come all the way down. It's on Schnenga, and then Schnenga shepherds it behind his own net. Pascalis for the 10 of Andriozzi. Andriozzi carries this one up through the neutral zone. Andriozzi drops off. Hard shot attempt that came from Healy. Hit traffic. And Mount tries to move this one the other way. Connor Souza for the Mounties. Around the backside boards. Neutral zone carry is the 17 of Murray. Smolin from distance. And that one ends up in traffic and is sent the opposite direction by Pascalis. Murray, as he looked forward for Dumas. Pile up behind the net between the 9 of Kyle Smolin and the 15 of Peter Dorley. Buchanan with 2 and change left to go as most of the EG fans start to exit West Warwick Civic Center, seeing that the unfortunate line will be 3-0 Mount come the end of this game. Buchanan, as he sent one, Cam Smith grabbed it and sent it the other way as EG goes to make a line change for the 20 of Mike Healy as he sends this one all the way down, and icing will be the call. .136 left to go here. As we mentioned, one game tomorrow. And that will be Cumberland and Prout from Lynch Ice Arena. 5:30 p.m. face-off time will be on air. And you can catch that game right here. On Fans Only Sports Network. Colton Lawrence. Past Smolin. Along the back side of the boards. It will come all the way down. And an attempt that came off of the 18 of PJ Casey will be snared by Murray. Last minute of play here, as this one will get flicked up. They're going to say deflection, so no icing, no offsides. Empty net for EG, as that one skittered right across the mouth of the goal. Picked up here, fired up high, as trying to get one was the 2 of Harrison Dumas. Again fired from the corner, as that one was just off of the boards by Lefebvre. Will come back through. 25 seconds left to go. Mount trying for all reasons to just put one on frame. Carried here is Dorley. Dorley fires one. Murray has that one go off the edge of his glove. And it'll come around for the 11 of Jack Kiernan. Murray will snag another one. They're going to stop play on the save with 4.8 seconds left. So we'll essentially get a puck drop. And that'll be it. Horn sounds and Murray snags it with 0.7 seconds. They're just going to let it go. Horn's going to sound. That's going to do it. Mount St. Charles takes the win 3-0 over the East Greenwich Avengers as they head to 1-0 on the regular season, EG to 0-1. That'll do it for us on this Saturday edition of Rhode Island High School Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network. We'll see you tomorrow from Lynch Ice Arena in Pawtucket at about 5:30 p.m. We'll be on air, Cumberland and Prout. Until then, for all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network around the Ocean State, thank you so much for a great first week of games. We hope that you may tune in tomorrow to watch the Cumberland Prout game. If not, we'll see you next Friday night or wherever during the course of the week your team might possibly play. Until then, good night.